name again? Emma. Okay. Emma, you're going to roll today. You get to participate. You can sign up and practice for Safeway at the same time. 6. It was the first page that we did yesterday. So we should already have a bunch of stuff written down. I believe on number 1 we should have 7 in one circle. Perfect. What did we roll? Is the weird dice the 3?
Yeah.
Okay. 3-2. Simon. So what I was trying to say yesterday is the whole reason we were doing these pairs is because we were trying to figure out how to take these 3 things and write them as 4 things. Because as 4 things, they can go on the boxes. Oh, sure, yeah. I don't recall the R&R sign having all these ones.
No, there's just some sign there.
What we're going to do is we're going to take the middle term and we're going to write it as the 2 numbers we found. Max, what are you guys' phones and stuff?
I need to end this route. I need it.
Oh my goodness. Instead of us writing an 8, we are going to write 1 and 7. So I'm going to take this 8x and I'm going to write it as 1x plus 7x. Everything else about that problem is going to stay the same. Don't let me forget about prizes right after our note. Okay, so Simon, what I was wanting you to do, now that we just got there, is do you remember how to put this info in the boxes? Now that we have 4 items.
Put x2 in the top left.
Good?
1x in the top right.
Perfect.
7x bottom left. 7.
Nice. Perfect. Basically put them in the order they're written into the boxes and this will work. What do we roll next?
1-1.
Savannah. Should we go with the columns first, vertical? Okay, how about this first column?
7 times 3.
Oh, you multiplied it. So we're doing the opposite. We're trying to say what does each column have in common. So like on this one doesn't have a number, so obviously they don't have any numbers in common. So if they don't have any numbers in common, we write a 1. Do they have any letters in common? A single X. So then above it, we'd write 1X. How about the second column? Did you say 8? Okay. Second column, we're trying to figure out what they have in common. 1 and 7, there is no number that goes into both of them. And then neither one of them has the same letter. So when there's nothing in common, we're going to write a 1.
2-4.
Max. Did you get entered in your raffle?
Not yet.
All right. How about this direction, rows?
X.
Okay? And you can write a 1 or you can leave off the 1, it doesn't matter. How about the bottom?
7.
Perfect. And then the last person's going to tell us the answer.
8-3.
Ooh, teacher's choice. SK. Just because you're right here. I don't feel like looking around. How would I write the answer?
1x plus 1 in parentheses, and then x plus 7 in parentheses.
Perfect. This part is exactly the same as what we did the other day. Hi. Thanks. Yep.
That's your background?
Yeah.
That's not a video?
No.
Oh, God. I don't wanna know the backstory again.
Two, three.
2, 3. Okay, so this one was what, +6, -2? 2, 3, Roman? Do you remember what to do with these two numbers that we found yesterday? You're gonna take the middle term and replace them with these two numbers that we found.
6x,
Perfect. X squared plus 6x minus 2x minus 12. Yeah,
Are we just showing like different ways to do this?
no? This is gonna be the goal. You're gonna be asked to factor something with 3 terms. And the way you're gonna do it is to find two numbers that multiply to the -12, add to the 4, and then once you figure out those two numbers, you put them in the box. That's pretty much it. I'm just kind of trying to work by what we did yesterday to go from there. Okay, once we get the 4 things and put it in the box, x squared plus 6x minus 2x minus 12.
Four, six.
Nobody. It's an easy job, but it's a lot of work.
8, 5.
Oh, my turn again. Kennedy. Do you want some guidance?
Yeah.
Okay, so we are gonna look at the first column there. X squared and -2x, do they have anything in common going into both? Okay, number-wise, they do not, because we've got a 1 and a -2. Do they have the same letter?
Yeah.
So then they have a letter in common. So above it, we write how many letters they have in common. In this case, just one. Okay? How about the second column, 6x and -12? What goes into 6, what goes into 12? 2 does, not the biggest number. 3 does, not the biggest number.
6.
Good. And then they both don't have a letter, so I'm not gonna include the letter. Okay, good.
4, 2.
Didn't I let it roll? No, they're not here. I think we had 2, 4 max.
4, 4.
4, 4. Maddie? You guide me? Yesterday you told me you were all done with everything.
Yeah. I forgot.
Which would be a good reason if this was the beginning of the hour before we started doing anything. Okay,
4, 5.
you get to go twice. It's like an honor. -2, because the first number is negative, you include the negative. Good. So we've got x plus 6, x minus 2. Okay, let's move on. Oh, the box is already there. All right, that's fine. It's 2 pages later, so 8. We're basically gonna do a problem from fresh, and I'll show you what to do with them. So, the last 2 pages, the previous 2 pages, you guys already have the pair of numbers written down, or you're supposed to.
2, 5.
Come here. Okay. So on the upper left problem, what we are 100% that is supposed to be a +9. What we are trying to do is figure out what two numbers multiply to +9 add to -6. Now, if you want to write them down, you can. If you can do it in your head, that's fine too. But do you remember how we made the list yesterday? 1 to 9, 3 and 3, and then there's also like a second version of all of them. Yeah, sure. Okay, do any of those pairs add up to -6? Good. So now what we're going to do is once you find that pair, you can immediately write it in the boxes. We figured out -3 and -3, put them directly in those two gray boxes. And then the other gray boxes were for the terms that we could have written down first if we wanted to. I basically just forgot. So you can put them whenever.
3, 5.
Oh, I thought somebody was asking me something. Okay, 3, 5, handy. Okay? Tell me how to do the box part again. So our goal is to factor this.
On the top you have x and then -3, and on the left you have x and -3 too.
Perfect. And so these two sets of info are our answer. Our answer, this can be factored into x minus 3, x minus 3. Okay. I wanted to have time to be able to help you with them, because this is kind of the ultimate goal of factoring, what you're going to do most of the time. In geometry, algebra 2, if you go to pre-calc, all those classes, this is the type of factoring you do most of the time. And there's very uses for factoring. I know it's not even going to mean anything if I try to tell you what the purpose for some of it is right now. Real life applications currently, none. But this is teaching us how to think and how to be logical. And it does have some uses later on for other things, but currently, no. But it is required on the state standards, and they always put it on all those standardized tests, like the ACT, the MCA. So factoring ends up getting used a lot for various reasons. I would like you guys to do, I want you to factor page 6, 7, and 8. And you have 5 days to do it. We've got today, you've got tomorrow's flex day, and I'll theoretically count Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So we don't meet again until next Tuesday. So you got 5 days to do it, and it shouldn't be a problem. I actually also don't think you'll have a problem finishing it by 9:15 for some of you. Some of you. I know not everybody's gonna finish by 9:15. Okay? But that's the goal, is to factor all these different problems. I can help you set them up if you need some help setting it up. But that's what we're gonna do. Now, before I forget,